Welcome back to Gibber Recaps. Today, I'm featuring a 2011 jabber that blends biography, comedy, and drama. Asterisk The Untouchables asterisk. Papaya of Gibber ahead. Stay Gibber and take care. One night in Paris, Driss is behind the wheel, chauffeuring his employer Philippe through the city. Bored with the traffic, Driss decides to speed, weaving in and out of cars and ignoring traffic signs. This attracts the attention of the police, and Driss bets 100 euros he can shake them off. However, after driving under a bridge, the police trap them from both sides. Despite the situation, Driss is unfazed and ups the bet to 200 euros, claiming he can get an escort. The police order him out of the car, and Driss starts acting, feigning offense and claiming Philippe needs urgent medical attention. The officers discover the wheelchair in the trunk and, seeing Philippe appear to be convulsing a fake act, they decide it's an emergency. They forgive Driss for the speeding and agree to escort them to the hospital. To celebrate his win, Driss plays September by Earth, Wind and Fire, and once they reach their destination, he shares a smoke with Philippe after the cops leave. He promises to take care of things and drives off just before the hospital staff can spot them. This friendship started several months prior. Philippe and his assistant Magali are interviewing candidates for a new caretaker, but none of the applicants are impressive, giving either cliché or awkward responses. Then, Driss bursts in, disregarding his turn, to get some papers signed for unemployment benefits. His bluntness and rude behavior, including hitting on Magali, amuse Philippe, who asks him to return the next day for his papers. Driss returns to his modest neighborhood and tries to bathe while his younger siblings annoy him. His sister Mina, a bit older and more responsible, helps him finish. While waiting for their mom, Driss spots his brother Adama leaving a suspicious car. Adama says he was at school and then grabs his bag, making Driss more suspicious about what he's up to. When their mom arrives in the evening, Driss gifts her a stolen Fabergé egg and lies about being away on vacation. She's upset as he's been missing for 6 months without contact, showing up as if her home was a hotel. Annoyed with his lies and the need to care for her other children, she kicks him out and tells him not to return. Driss spends the night smoking and snacking with friends from the neighborhood. The following day, he returns to Philippe's house for his signed papers and is greeted by the housekeeper, Yvonne. She shows him around and explains Philippe's daily routine, including his own room with a private bathroom. Driss is impressed by the bathtub, but is soon taken to Philippe, who offers the signed papers and a job. Driss accepts the 1-month trial, and Philippe bets he won't last 2 weeks. Once settled in his room, Driss learns how to care for Philippe, including how to stimulate his legs, transfer him to a wheelchair, assist with showers, and change clothes. Although he finds tasks like putting on high stockings and cleaning Philippe after using the bathroom awkward, he eventually accepts them as part of his job. Later that evening, while snacking on the roof, Driss is interrupted by Philippe's daughter Alyssa and her boyfriend Bastien seeking a private spot. He kicks them out after refusing to share his beer. Driss quickly adapts to the routine with Philippe, though he makes mistakes initially, like handing Philippe the phone instead of putting it to his ear or forgetting the baby monitor during baths. He learns to sort Philippe's mail, opening most letters but setting aside a series of private ones he's not supposed to read. When he finds a flyer for female escorts, he decides to create a separate file for them rather than throwing them away as Philippe instructed. Despite his new job, Driss ensures he still enjoys himself. He persistently tries to flirt with Magali and occasionally calls escorts to join him. One morning, after Yvonne finds dangerous weapons in his bag, she doesn't comment. Driss is tasked with driving Philippe, but he refuses to use the back of a van, opting instead for one of the fancy cars. Philippe, initially skeptical, soon gets excited about the idea of a more thrilling ride, although Yvonne remains disapproving. As they try to leave the building, a neighbor is parked in front, ignoring the no parking sign. Driss swiftly confronts the neighbor, threatening him until he moves his car. Philippe is impressed, but Yvonne is once again disapproving. They visit a museum where Philippe plans to purchase a piece of art that Driss thinks is overpriced for just a red blotch. Later, Philippe's relative expresses concerns about Driss being violent and notes his criminal record. But Philippe values Driss for his lack of pity and humor. After another failed attempt at flirting with Magali, Driss has dinner with Yvonne in the kitchen while Philippe dictates a letter to Magali. Yvonne turns off the baby monitor to explain that Philippe is writing to a woman named Eleanor, whose letters Driss wasn't allowed to open. They've never met in person. Their relationship is strictly through letters. Yvonne also teases Driss about the gardener's looks. Driss hears unusual sounds from the baby monitor while trying to sleep and finds Philippe struggling to breathe. He goes to Philippe's room, soothing him with gentle words and a wet cloth. Philippe eventually falls asleep but wakes shortly after needing fresh air. Driss takes him out for a nighttime stroll by the river, giving Philippe a chance to see Paris at night again. Philippe explains that medication helps, but sometimes he experiences phantom pain. He admits he can't satisfy a woman due to his condition, but enjoys having his ears massaged. Driss shares a joint with Philippe, who is initially hesitant but ends up enjoying it. They later dine at a restaurant, joking and sharing a meal. Philippe opens up about his past, sharing how he met his wife in school, faced multiple miscarriages, and her terminal illness before adopting Alyssa. Philippe, who loved competition and extreme sports, had an accident while paragliding that left him paralyzed. He feels his true handicap is living without his wife, not the wheelchair. After more joking, Philippe realizes Driss has passed his 1-month trial and is now officially hired. However, Driss must return the Fabergé egg he stole, which was a yearly gift from Philippe's wife. He has 25, one for each year of their marriage. The next day, Driss visits Mina, who's annoyed he's only contacted her to find the egg and mentions police calls to their home. He also learns Adama was caught with 30 grams of drugs. Driss wants to take him out for lunch, but Adama declines and leaves in the same suspicious car. Later, Driss is present while Philippe dictates a letter to Eleanor. Driss finds the letter's purple prose dull and suggests Philippe be more direct. He's also surprised to learn this correspondence has been ongoing for a long time.